Hello everyone and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today wherever you are in this great world. We're gonna talk about XRP. And I gotta start with this from Eleanor Tourette. The SEC Gov has not filed its Form C with the Second Circuit yet, which will detail what exactly they're appealing. They need to do that pronto so that Ripple knows how to proceed. Ripple also has 14 days from today to file a cross appeal if they choose to. So the SEC doesn't give a reason on why they're appealing. Most likely, they don't even know what they're appealing at this point. But it would be nice to find out what their problem is with the judge's ruling. Ripple execs and top lawyers say something deeper behind the SEC appeal is going on. So you see, Brad Garlinghouse says, certainly feels like there is something more behind this than what is readily apparent. The truth and the corruption always comes to light eventually. And you see, it is strange that just a few hours after Bitwise officially filed an XRP ETF with the SEC rushed to file a one-page notice of appeal of Judge Torres' ruling. So does it have something to do with the ETFs? You know, we really don't know why the SEC is still trying to drag this out. Hopefully we'll have more information by next week. And you know, when the SEC was going after the exchanges, and even now, any exchange that doesn't KYC or AML is in risk of shutting down. But you know what doesn't have to follow KYC or AML? SWIFT. Another 250 million in illicit transactions facilitated by the financial messaging system SWIFT. They are not under any legal obligation to do KYC or AML for these transactions, despite having full control over who can and cannot send messages on their network. So you see how much illicit activity goes on with the US government. And we're always sending money out of this country, and I think a lot of that money is coming right back to some people's pockets. You know who else doesn't have to follow any rules? The BIS, the Bank of International Settlements. The bank for the central banks is immune from all laws. They created the BIS before World War II so that the money could keep flowing during the war. And the BIS is making their own rules even today. Pretty much the BIS is telling SWIFT either they got to catch up or they're just going to get left behind. The BIS is pushing full steam ahead with CBDC and the Finternet. But now you have an understanding on if they're moving fiat currency and they're moving US dollars, the rules don't apply at all. And when it comes to digital money, right away, we got to know who is holding crypto. We need to KYC and make sure anti-money laundering laws are being followed. It's so hypocritical at this point. XRP's ETF hopes after SEC appeal depends on US elections. So the reason that they bypassed Solana, let's cover that first. They're saying that Solana could possibly be classified as a security. This would likely slow down any ETF approval. And remember, in that Binance lawsuit, they said Solana was a security or named a security. But they're saying if Trump wins, we could see other coins as ETFs, in my opinion. So they're saying if Harris wins, you could forget about the ETFs. A lot of people also believe that if she wins, the crackdown on crypto is going to continue. They're saying if Trump wins, things are going to go very light on crypto going forward. And we're going to see a lot of innovation happen around crypto as well. But you know, when it comes to this run, I'm going to say this. It doesn't matter who wins. This run is still going to happen no matter what. EU MiCA regulations. It's not made up. You can look it up. MiCA is one regulation to rule them all. So you see, asset categories, crypto asset, utility token, white paper notification plus information, liability, marketing requirements, utility, and small tokens are exempt. Then you see asset reference tokens, significant art, white paper authorization, plus incorporation, prudential, governance requirements, higher requirements for significant art. It also goes on to cover NFTs as well. And security tokens are not covered by MiCA, but securities regulations instead. But let's go back to utility and small tokens. If a cryptocurrency is a utility token, it is already covered under MiCA. It has a clear path forward through MiCA. If it doesn't have utility, then there's risk involved. But then it goes on to crypto asset service provider categories. So you see custody and administration. That could also be not just exchanges, it could be banks that are going to custody crypto as well. Operation of trading platforms, exchange of crypto to crypto or crypto to fiat, execution of orders on behalf of clients, placing of crypto assets, reception and transmission of orders on behalf of third parties, advice and portfolio management, providing transfer services on behalf of third parties. So they covered everything under one regulation. And that's why you see Ripple pushing ahead everywhere else but here in the United States. Because other countries have similar regulations to MiCA, or they're working on regulations that are going to be similar to MiCA. And that's going to be the problem for Tether going forward. It's also going to be a problem for meme coins as well. XRP community, better to keep this in mind. Now, this is from back in 2022, and I wanted to share it with all of you. So you see, Institutional Investor 2.0 at BlackRock Whale 2 says, XRP will hit 9 cents. After that, XRP will hit $28 and even $100. Banks know that retail will buy a lot of XRP, but this is true that 90% of retail will sell all XRP at $28 and diamond hands at $100. Then they go on to say, once 98% plus of retail investors sell all holdings at max $100 XRP, they will switch private XRP ledger to public XRP ledger, and price will shoot up $1,000 in no time. They know retail emotions will force them to sell XRP at 3 digits, and 98% plus retail investors will sell all XRP because of emotions. I think they're absolutely right. You know, emotions are what makes most people sell their crypto. I always tell you, once you get into crypto, you got to leave your emotions at the door, because you got to come here with a game plan. And they are betting on people selling off all their XRP before $100. Most people will be out at $20. More will be out at $50. But by $100, I think they're absolutely right. 98%+ of XRP holders will be out at $100. And whoever continues to hold after that will become part of the new 1%. Then there's this. You see the crashing chart. Brad Garlinghouse says, this is a chart that shows you how the SEC is protecting you. Yes, that's sarcasm. You know, when it comes to the price of XRP, I'm surprised that XRP isn't at a higher price. Even Brad Garlinghouse thinks that the price of XRP should be much higher. Take a listen.
I think it's strange to me that XRP is in such a unique position and the market hasn't kind of rewarded that. XRP in the US is one of the few things we can say definitively is not a security. With ETH, I don't know how this is going to play out, right? Apparently Wells notices, which is the SEC kind of pre-warning that we're going to file a lawsuit, have been gone out to consensus, well, purportedly, as I've read, maybe on your side as well, to consensus. We know the Ethereum Foundation has received various inquiries. So look,
I think the only reason that ETH got those letters back then was because the SEC wanted to get in front of any issues that could come out later around Ethereum. We all know about ETHgate. But Brad's right. Why hasn't the market rewarded XRP yet? I'm still waiting for XRP to absolutely blast off at some moment. And Brad is most likely expecting the same thing. Maybe we will get rewarded all at once when we all least expect it. Here's the reason why Brad Garlinghouse joined Ripple. It's because he had seen the vision of value add for banks to work with the governments and banks, not against them. Take a listen to this.
A already successful career in Silicon Valley as an executive, a lot of things you could be doing. Why come to Ripple?
I first got intrigued by what Ripple is doing, in part because I'd already been exposed to Bitcoin. And in around 2012, 2013, I had bought Bitcoin and thought, well, was interesting, but I was always concerned that one of the limiting factors for Bitcoin's success was this idea of anti-government, anti-bank. And I always felt like if we're going to rewire how financial infrastructure works, it's not going to be through a parallel system. It's going to be by improving the existing system. And so when I first heard about Ripple, I was compelled in part because it felt much more smarter. And let's work with the system. Let's work with governments. Let's work with banks. I will also say, like Monica, I think we're all drawn to people and things where you want to be a part of something bigger than you. And you want to put your kind of dent in the universe, to borrow something that Steve Jobs used to say. And Ripple always felt to me, and the idea was big. The idea of rewiring how financial infrastructure worked. And, Chris Larsen is a human who has a lot of passion. And I was drawn in by that passion and the opportunity to put my own dent in the universe. And I think we've been fortunate to assemble a team. But also, again, what's so exciting to me and powerful about being here is it's more than just Ripple. It's all of the XRP community, and seeing that community thrive and grow and evolve has really been a source of a lot of gratification and excitement.
Take notice how Brad gave a shout out to the XRP community. I thought that was great. And I also thought it was great that he said he joined Ripple because he wants to put a dent in the universe. And, just imagine somebody coming up to you and saying, hey, we got this product, this technology that's about to change the entire banking system around the world. And you get the chance to be part of that. We're all part of that by investing into XRP. We're holding what's going to change the entire banking system. And most people out there don't even see it yet. Even people in crypto, they'd rather just hate on XRP instead of trying to understand what it's actually built to do. Once you understand how it's not about Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is just a distraction for most people. Even Brad said, Bitcoin being anti-government, anti-bank was always a problem for Bitcoin, even early on. And they used to always say, well, XRP is a centralized coin. I'd never want to hold that. But Bitcoin over time, we learned, is more centralized than XRP at this point. We are holding something that is going to change the lives of so many people. Imagine all the unbanked people of the world, the people that never had access to a bank account before. All of a sudden, they're part of the new financial system. And that's what we're invested in. And that's why when I make videos, I'm always so passionate about it and positive about it, because we're part of something that is massive. And a lot of people see how big it is, and you can't even put it into words. This network that I've been pointing out forming over the past 2.5 years now, it's all coming together the way I always thought it would. You know, it's not Ripple directly. It could be through partners of Ripple, and then it's partners of other networks like XDC or QNT. But it's a handful of cryptocurrencies that you can now see are part of a new financial system. And that system is going to go live in the very near future. And that's why you never want to sell your XRP too soon. You want to become part of the new 1%. That's the path we are already on. But until it happens, you got to stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.